for coming and sharing your very valuable time. And I'm very happy that this state has given very good branch to us. And one of my students, Ananya Das, she's a chief municipal commissioner in Cuttack, and she has cleared civil services in the first attempt and got the 16th rank. And she joined the classes after prelims, and managing political science syllabus after prelims along with such a good rank is very rare, very exceptional. And it is like the luck of the students. That is the best thing about this particular profession. And despite her busy schedule, we have invited her so that you can have an interaction. So hopefully she'll be coming by 1. Right? So I think this is a very rare opportunity. You can ask her how, because she can give you the real what should be the approach. So why I am giving her example is that for clearing civil services, we don't require years and years of preparation, because it is not a university exam, it is not a degree exam. It is a specific type of a course, a specific type of a preparation that is required. So what I have seen that number of students who have been quite talented, have been performing very well in their colleges, but still, despite lot of efforts, they are not able to clear the exam. And I believe that your first attempt is always the best attempt, and you don't require more than that. Because if anybody plans for this year I give exam, next year I just to get a feel of exam, that is all useless things. Because you can clear, there are n number of examples. There is an example of Anmol Sher Singh Bedi. He cleared exam in the first attempt with 2nd rank, and he never read any paper also. He came to the class interaction. So there are a lot of myths कि हमें ऐसे पढ़ना है, ये पढ़ना है, 12 घंटा पढ़ना है. No. First of all, you have to understand what this exam is. So this exam is actually becomes tough because many people don't understand. Their efforts go waste, time, efforts, many things go waste. And somehow there is a habit among Indians to make, instead of making complex things simple, we tend to make simple things look too complex. So what I suggest is clearing this exam. You don't need any background. That sometimes the students are fearful that how will I compete with the students who have done post-graduation in a subject, students from IIT and all. I think these things do not matter. The movement, that movement matters. The movement when a person decides that that person has to do something in their life. That movement is very, very important. And today in the flight I was reading one book on international relations by Tim Marshall, Power of Geography. And as you know that right now a lot of things are happening in international sphere. It is so confusing even for the analysts how to analyze the things. But in this book it was written that not in an event, sometimes the movements are the defining things. Right? This is what I just thought, yes, this is like the movement any student thinks they have to go for civil services, and they can clear civil services if they do not get distracted. Fine. So forget the past. There is no point thinking about past. This exam is also a big leveler because maybe somebody has done good in engineering, but somebody else has done good in social sciences. Because this exam, from you can say your past is past. Don't think about it. Live in a moment, and anybody can do anything the moment that person decides. And I think that is the story of most of you. So, first of all, stop thinking that civil services is something very big. It is undoubtedly big. When you become a collector, when you become a, like now Ananya will come, Chief Municipal Commissioner, when you will talk in United Nations, like it is such a rare opportunity and you must aspire. You must aspire for something big and something great. Have faith in yourself. I have never seen that a person putting an effort and has not been successful. So the honesty, the commitment, you have to see like whatever you want to do, there is a price to pay. Fine. So everybody should be ready to pay the price to fulfill the demand that is expected. So I will say no one of you should think that I am in any way less and should never have doubt. Please don't doubt your capacity. UPSC, I will say, is not a rocket science. It is in a way, if a person is focused, if a person knows what to study and how to study. This is the only thing that is required. Most important thing in this preparation is that you will never get bored because we never get an opportunity to know about India's history, society, economy, geography, all these things. The course syllabus is so interesting that you will never get bored. There is so much to learn, and it's not that things are difficult. Things are made difficult by certain people. It's not like that. The thing is, you have to be organized, you have to be very disciplined. Number of times, the students ask me what books to be studying. I always emphasize focus on personality development. Point number one, our life. See, our life is bigger than UPSC. It's not that you become a collector and that is the end of your goal. Right? So after that, lot of opportunities, your goals will increase. So UPSC is just a step. Always think that my ultimate goal is not just clearing civil services. There is much more we can do. We only live once. We should be living that towards the end of our life. We should be proud of, our parents should be proud of, all those who have contributed in some way or the other. They should be proud of. Why you want to be in the bomb? You can be extraordinary. Every person can be extraordinary. We only don't realize. Somehow, I feel the environment in India is little bit quite pessimistic. The number of times in political science and international relations, we also study. There are new approaches that have come where the study of culture and attitude, these things have become important. Unfortunately, the type of culture and attitude in India, one characteristic of Indian attitude is being very skeptical. We are always skeptical for whatever reason, maybe because of colonial past or whatever is the reason. But having a right kind of attitude a student requires, you should have understanding. Like, first of all, I always say this is a personality examination. If you have a right kind of a personality, then only you will clear. Now, what is a right kind of a personality? Going for civil services, obviously you are going to meet with the people, you are going to handle so many unexpected situations. The unexpected situations, that is why there are a number of times the questions are going to be unexpected. But on the basis of training that you will get in your this thing, as well as whatever the basic knowledge you develop, on the basis of which you have to develop certain skills. So for clearing exam, not just information is needed, skill development is also very, very important. You have to imagine that in a developing country like India, a civil servant has to work with a limited resources and there is infinite amount of work that is expected. So obviously you are expected to be as strong as steel. Like civil services is, that's why called as steel frame of India. So you have to be hard in what? You have to be hard in your determination. So if you are determined, you should, along with developing the information, I think that is the last thing. You should develop emotional intelligence, social intelligence, because these things are not just additions in syllabus. They are so much essential for success, because I meet number of the students before giving prelims, they feel anxiety. So if you are anxious before giving exam, I don't think you deserve that position. You need not to be anxious, you need to be confident. How anxiety is going to help us? Right? So, number of times students ask what makes a difference between the toppers and those who don't get selected. A topper is not going to fear, they will have trust in whatever. Nobody can know everything under the universe. But if you have trust in your capacity that a question comes, I can think logically, I can think analytically, you will be able to clear this examination. So stop fearing that. Start the examination with clear mind. Have a social intelligence, how you should react in an environment, in a society. Students ask how to write a balanced answer. Suppose the topic is uniform civil code. How to write a balanced answer? You don't have to write a balanced answer, you have to write a right answer. Right? It's not that you give 5 the answers like cannot be mechanical. Your knowledge, stop gaining mechanical knowledge that I have to write 5 arguments in favor and 5 arguments. No, try to understand things, or in all the time it cannot be balanced. Then it is an issue of India and China and our territorial integrity. How can anybody be balanced? So, and understand. Students don't understand what does the critical examination means. People will ask critical examination, ma'am, criticism के points नहीं लिख दिया. There are few things उसका criticism नहीं हो सकता. You cannot criticize learning's contribution for the sake of criticism. So critical examination, when in exam it is asked what is critical examination, it's not that you have to go for criticism. You have to go for the logical analysis of that. Fine. So even if we pay attention on small things, it will make a very big difference in the marks we get and in the overall preparation. So, what is, first of all, you must analyze, like, if I am going to become a district director, what all is expected from me. Fine. So, develop that personality, develop that attitude. A person, when that person, you are going to play a role of a leader. Fine. So many people are going to work under you. So many people are going to have a lot of expectations from you. So how can a leader be weak? Leader has to be a source of comfort for the others. Fine, so you cannot, like, if I always feel that this is too childish things, that you are anxious about the material, you are anxious about this, that thing, these are all unnecessary things. These are the things in which the people who cannot clear, they are going to waste time on this. Those who are going to clear this exam, first of all, they have lot of clarity in their minds, what to do, how to do, which optional is to be selected, from whom you want to study, how to go for general studies. We keep on doing lot of trial and error. कि नहीं ऐसे पढ़ना है ये, this is all rubbish, इससे कोई फायदा नहीं है. Follow, and I think you should have a strategic plan, and you should, it's not that you plan to start implementing that plan. You have to understand that optional and general studies. See, interview is very subjective. You have to maximize your marks in your written paper. In the written paper, again, General studies contain 2 times the marks of your optional. So general studies cannot be taken lightly. Now, along with general studies, once you prepare for general studies, you are automatically you cannot write essay without having a basic knowledge of general studies. You should know how to go for integration of knowledge. Integration of knowledge means something that you study in your general studies, how to utilize in your optional. Anything that you study in your optional, how you will be utilized in general studies. I often get this question that what is the difference in writing answer in GS and writing answer in optional? So there is no difference. I always suggest that there is always a right answer. It's not an optional answer. It is not a general studies answer. There is no specific trend. I have students who have written the political science perspective based answer in general studies and got very good marks. Those who have right generally, that also got good marks. The thing is, examiner must get answer of the question asked. Fine? If answer of the question is not there and the maximum time, the questions of the students are what is the difference? It means that person is not focusing on where that person should be focusing. Again, I have to write thinker or not. These things do not matter. You can write Amartya Sen even in your GS economics. Those who are going to read your paper, suppose somebody is from economics, they must have done PhD in that subject. Fine. So every person is unique. You meet